Hey, it's Revelation Wednesday, and I have something to share with you. It's Revelation Wednesday, and I'm a little bit more in a mellowed out mood because it's been quite a journey. Today is my 28th birthday, so that's a revelation in itself. Thank goodness that I'm here. I'm alive. I have my health for the most part. I have a family that loves me and does crazy, loving, wonderful things. I have a husband that surprises me all the time. Wonderfully surprises me all the time. And I wanted to record this really quickly because the emotions were running quite high, and not for the fact that I'm grateful, but actually for a different reason. A little bit more somber note. Yesterday, I just pummeled through this book here, which is called Play It Away by Charlie Hoehn. And the reason why I pummeled through this book, audio, I don't read books, ADD. The reason why I pummeled through this book was because, so I have IBS-D, that is IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, diarrhea predominant. So, for one, that's embarrassing as fuck to say. And every time I get in the car, wait in line, go to an amusement park where I have to wait in line, ride in somebody else's car where I'm not the driver, go to a wedding, shoot a wedding, basically anything that involves not having a restroom at like arm's reach, I freak out a little bit. I have a little bit of an attack, an urgency, right? And my body releases cortisol, which is the stress hormone, I just found out, like crazy. And it evokes this urgency response, this IBS-D. That is not fun, because for the last, probably since I was in 8th grade, I've been having this, dealing with this. So I didn't realize that it was anxiety underneath it all. And I kept thinking to myself, like, what is it? What am I not doing? What am I not getting? What am I not understanding? And it was the fact that I didn't think that I had anxiety. I thought it was the food I was eating. I wasn't eating clean enough, and for sure that's a contributing factor, but for the most part, it's the mind. The mind. So, and it was always at the wrong time. Going to Disneyland, you're supposed to have fun, or traveling to a new country, or meeting new people, giving a presentation, interviewing for a job, and I couldn't enjoy all that, and I feared all of that, and it kept getting worse. Kept getting worse. Here's what anxiety is, okay? So it means that my body is not capable, or it thinks it's not capable. It's like it has a mind of its own. It thinks it's not capable of handling the situation of feeling safe. It doesn't think that it's going to be okay. It literally thinks, my mind goes, that I'm going to have to use the restroom. Let's just get real. I'm going to fucking shit my pants. That's the fear, right? That's the fear that underlies everything. And that sucks. Because it makes me not want to go out. It makes me hate going out. It makes me hate traveling. It makes me hate waiting in line. It makes me hate waiting in traffic. And sure, everybody kind of hates that stuff, but I dread it. I dread it. I don't want to leave my house. And obviously, it limits the human experience for me quite a bit. And for someone who's saying, go live your passion, very contradictory. And I don't want to be a hypocrite. And I don't want to be like this anymore. So I'm starting to read books like this. And I'm starting to really trying to control my anxiety and get my life back. I don't feel like I have control. And that's what the mind is thinking, and that's why it's going crazy right now. It's in the flight response, like all the fucking time. And that's very debilitating to your psyche, to your body, to your stomach, to your overall health. And I want to be healthy, and I want to be able to spend time with the people that I love, doing things outside of sitting behind my computer in this bubble. And I didn't come to terms with having anxiety because I don't know, I didn't think that I fell in that category. And when I read this book, and I read a couple more things online, and actually reading the words that kind of released me from not knowing. So it's a wonderful gift on my 28th birthday to find out, oh, I've actually been suffering from anxiety. That's what it is. And I cried a little bit reading that because it was like a release to finally know what you're dealing with, what it is. You know, to not know, like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I always tell Kevin, like, my husband, I don't know. I have a weird body. I don't know. You know, like, I hated that feeling because it meant that I didn't have control, and it just made my anxiety skyrocket. And that hormone, cortisol, in your body go crazy. Just always on red alert. And it's good to know. It's good to know. So, the takeaway is, after reading this book, listening to it, the answer is to shift focus. But I have a good more than a decade of bad habits and bad thinking to overcome. That's okay, because can I cure my anxiety? I can't see that right now. But 2 years ago, I couldn't see that Kevin could support me the way that he does now, or run a show with me. So, if I can influence somebody else to change their mind, I should be able to change my own. And I think it starts with documenting it like this, even though it's very gut-wrenchingly embarrassing. But I think the more that I push the envelope of putting myself in situations where I can be embarrassed, and it's not the end of the world for you guys to see this. It's probably awkward. It's awkward for me too. But this is something that's been going on for a long time. And I don't want it to get worse, and I don't want to become this person who hides away and has a very fear-based way of thinking when I'm like telling everybody else and in my business to be fearless, to be unbreakable. So yeah, I think even though I can't see it now because I'm suffering with it on a minute by minute basis. Once I leave my house, it's like the mind just goes, you know. But what I'm going to be doing is, you know, after reading that book, is to be looking for the play in everything that I do. So, for example, we're going to go to DC tomorrow. We're flying out to DC for a wedding. There's a lot of situations there that puts me in a feeling of not being in control and not feeling capable and not feeling okay. So my plan is this, is to look for the play in everything. So waiting in line, flying on a plane, I'm going to be vlogging. Vlogging is so fun for me. So I'm going to be I'm going to be focusing on the play, you know, and I'm going to be shooting pictures in this place that we never would have gone to if we didn't get this wedding. And I'm going to probably meet some people who are I'm going to talk to them about the show, and they would have never heard about the show if I didn't fly out there. And I'm going to be vlogging in DC, and I never would have vlogged in DC if I didn't, you know, come out there, right? So I'm going to focus more on the play. Play eliminates anxiety. And it takes me right back to when I had social anxiety in high school, and I didn't know how to make friends. And but once I played sports, no problem. Like MVP, captain of the team, that gets you friends like crazy. And so I have proof that I know that it can work. And so I'm going to use that to ease my brain, my mind, and say, you're okay. Focus on the play. You're going to have fun. You're going to have fun. And focus on that. If you guys are suffering with anxiety, let me know how you are dealing with it. I would love to know your tips, techniques, strategies. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to be in a better place. I want to be healthier. I want to live more. If you like this video, give it a like. If you like my jam, subscribe to the channel. I promise they're not all about diarrhea and anxiety. They're actually about being a couple in business, but I think that was an important one today. So a little different today. My voice is actually deeper too. Weird. It's early. Yeah, my voice hasn't warmed up yet. So, yeah, good things, guys. Take care. Take care of your mind. Take care of your heart. Take care of your body. We'll see you on Good Shit Friday, and probably I'll be uploading from DC. All right, so take care. Peace, my friend.